Good afternoon, everyone. Welcome back to English online class. Today, we'll be talking about reading Oprah Winfrey on page 47 in Unit 6, Life's Up and Downs. I'm Vannak, a teacher of English at Private New Generation School. At the end of the lessons, you'll be able to define new vocabulary clearly, scan the text and answer the questions correctly, complete the text through listening for a gist. Let's just look at your homework. Last week I gave you some homework which allow you to do 10 sentences about past simple, and this week let's check together. First, I went to school yesterday. So this is a sentence of past simple. Number 2, I talked on phone with my sister last night. Number 3, she sang beautifully. Number 4, he didn't go to museum. Number 5, they didn't tell me the truth. Number 6, did you speak English when you were in France? Number 7, what did you do? Number 8, where did you go last week? Number 9, when did it happen? And number 10, when did you study English? So all of these sentences are past simple. Let's just look at the lesson that we studied last week. Last week we studied particularly about past simple. We studied about forms, definitions, spelling rules of regular verbs, and list of irregular verbs. So now let's just go deep down to the forms of past simple. What are the forms of past simple? There are several forms of past simple, such as positive, negative, question with short answers, and WA questions. Right? So let's just look at positive. Subject plus verb 2 plus object. Negative. Subject plus didn't plus verb 1 plus object. Questions with short answers. Did plus subject plus verb 1 plus object. And the last one is WA question. You start with the WA questions such as what, when, where, why, and many more. And plus did plus subject plus verb 1 and plus object. Okay. Let's just look at definitions. So when do we use past simple? What is the purpose of past simple? In fact, past simple is used to talk about an action that was completed in the past with a specific time. So remember, when you want to use past simple, you exactly know when it happens and it already finished. Let's just look at spelling rules of regular verbs. So when you want to use past simple, you have to know when to use the verb. You know, it's important. So let's just look at it. You know, for the first one, most verbs we add ed. For example, walk to walked, start, started, work, worked. Number 2, if the verb ends in e, we just add d. For example, like live, lived, loved, loved, decide, decided. Rule number 3. If the verb has only one syllable and one vowel and one consonant, double the consonant and add ed. For example, stop, and then you have to double p and add ed to stopped. Plan, planned. Rip, ripped. Rule number 4. If verbs end in consonant plus y, we just change y to ied. For example, study to studied, cry to cried, carry to carried. Another one, verb adding in a vowel plus y, we just add ed. For example, like play, played, enjoy, enjoyed, and annoy, annoys. Let's move to the next one, list of irregular verbs. And in English, there is a form or a list of irregular verbs, so that you have to remember be to was were or to been. Sing to sang to sang. No, 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 something like that. So you have to remember the list of these irregular verbs. Let's just look at the new lesson today. Today we are going to study reading Oprah Winfrey. So we will be talking a lot about her story, what did she do, her success, and everything about her. Let's just look at her pictures. Do you know anything about American TV star Oprah Winfrey? What do you know about her? So, let's just look at some information a little bit about her. Oprah Winfrey is a famous American TV star. She lives in California. She earns millions of dollars. She gives a lot of money to charity as well. So she is rich. She has a kind heart, and she helps a lot of people, especially poor young girls. Let's just look at vocabulary. Billionaires. Billionaire is a person who has money, property, etc. that is at least $1 billion or $1,000 million. Okay, so a lot of money. TV star. TV star is a star in a television show. Scholarship. Scholarship is an amount of money given by a school, college, university, or other organization to pay for the studies of a person with great ability but little money. So scholarship actually is provided to poor people who cannot afford to study, so that they can afford to study with that scholarship without paying any money for the school fee. Drama. Drama is a play, especially a serious one, written in to be performed by actors. The writing of the plays. Rename, to give something a new name. So when you want to rename, you change your name. You put another name. Charity, the voluntary giving of help, typically in the forms of money to those in need. So this is called charity. To help people, to give some money to help other poor people. Let's just look at the text and listen to the audio in order to get some information to fill in the gap. Let's just listen all together.
Unit 6. Tape script 6.1. Oprah. TV star and billionaire. A. The woman.
Oprah Winfrey is a famous American TV star. She lives in California, but she also has an apartment in Chicago where she works. Oprah is one of the richest women in America. She earns millions of dollars every year. She gives a lot of money to charity.
Okay, so after listen to the audio, now please fill in the gap all together. So number 2 is lives. She lives in California, but she also has an apartment in Chicago where she works. Oprah is one of the richest women in America. She earns millions of dollars every year. She gives a lot of money to charity. Let's just answer the questions. Is Oprah Winfrey rich? Yes, she is. Where does she live and work? She lives in California. She works in Chicago. How much does she earn? She earns millions of dollars every year. Let's just look at the text and listen to the audio.
Tape script 6.2. B. Her childhood.
Oprah was born on January 29, 1954 in Kosciuszko, Mississippi. Her parents were very poor. Her father, Vernon, worked in a coal mine, and her mother, Vernita, cleaned houses. They couldn't look after Oprah, so she lived with her grandmother, Hattie Mae. Oprah was clever. She could read before she was 3. When she was 17, she received a scholarship to Tennessee State University, where she studied drama. She also started reading the news at the local radio station.
All right. After listening, so now just answer the question. Where and when was she born? She was born in Kosciuszko, Mississippi on January 29, 1954. Were her parents rich? No, they weren't. Was she clever? What could she do? Yes, she was. She could read before she was 3. Let's just look at another text and then listen to the audio, and after that fill in the gap. Let's just listen to it.
Tape script 6.4. C. Her success.
In 1984, Oprah moved to Chicago to work on a TV talk show called AM Chicago. She talked to lots of interesting people about their problems. Oprah says, "People's problems are my problems." The show was very successful, so in 1985 it was renamed The Oprah Winfrey Show. 49 million people in 134 countries watched it every week. In 1993, she interviewed Michael Jackson, and 100 million people watched the program. Last year, she earned $260 million.
Her charity work.
In 1998, Oprah started the charity Oprah's Angel Network to help poor children all over the world. In 2007, she opened a special school in Johannesburg, the Oprah Winfrey Academy for Girls. She says, "When I was a kid, we were poor and we didn't have much money. So what did I do? I studied hard." There are 152 girls at the school. Oprah calls them her daughters, the children she didn't have in real life.
All right, so now let's just fill in the gap for number 2, number 3, number 4, 5, and 6. For number 2, she talks a lot of interesting about people, about the problems. For number 3, What? Number 4, interviews. Number 5, also what? And number 6, earned. This is also the reading that connect from the previous one as well, but because we don't have enough space, so then I just put for the next slide. So this one we can listen to the listening again and then fill in the gap.
Tape script 6.4. C. Her success.
In 1984, Oprah moved to Chicago to work on a TV talk show called AM Chicago. She talked to lots of interesting people about their problems. Oprah says, "People's problems are my problems." The show was very successful, so in 1985 it was renamed The Oprah Winfrey Show. 49 million people in 134 countries watched it every week. In 1993, she interviewed Michael Jackson, and 100 million people watched the program. Last year, she earned $260 million.
Her charity work.
In 1998, Oprah started the charity Oprah's Angel Network to help poor children all over the world. In 2007, she opened a special school in Johannesburg, the Oprah Winfrey Academy for Girls. She says, "When I was a kid, we were poor and we didn't have much money. So what did I do? I studied hard." There are 152 girls at the school. Oprah calls them her daughters, the children she didn't have in real life.
Okay, so number 7, started the charity Oprah Angel, and then it changed the name. And in 2007, she opened a special school in Johannesburg. And the last one, she studied hard. Complete the question about Oprah. Where did her father work? In a coal mine. In a coal mine, it is like a place where you dig the ground in order to get the coal. Number 2, what did her mother do? She cleans the house. Number 3, who did Oprah live with? Her grandmother. Number 7, when did she open the girls' school? In 2007. Number 8, did her parents earn much money? No, they didn't. Let's just look at your homework. This is the homework for you. Please don't forget to do it as your homework. So the lesson is coming to the end. I really believe that all of you will benefit a lot from watching this video. And please don't forget to copy the lesson, do the quiz, and join the Zoom. Thank you.